this only December 2013, there will be a natural tendency to wait till almost the last minute. And after all, we are now dealing with almost about 100, by that time 100 million houses. Now, suddenly the set-top boxes, etc. would not be available. That's why we said that let us go by a phased manner. You start taking it by by March 2011, we said we would take it up in these 4 metros. Where already, except in respect of Chennai, where the entire city is covered by caste system, otherwise the other cities have at least partly covered by the conditional access system. So that's one. Then we have the other cities with a population of more than 1 million, which are about 42 in number. Actually 38, because 4 metros would already have been covered. They will be covered by December 2011, followed by other urban areas by 2012, and lastly the rural areas by December 2013. This is in a way to get the entire system rolling properly, and instead of waiting for till the last minute.
Right, Mr. Sarma, very quickly, you have recommended to the government that these recommendations be implemented with immediate effect. But how long do you actually think before you will get the nod from the INB Ministry to go forward as far as this rollout plan is concerned? And also, how confident are you of actually being able to implement these recommendations? Because look at what we've seen happen with CAS, the stop-start arrangement. There hasn't even been a nationwide rollout in terms of conditional access. So how confident are you of these recommendations being implemented in their totality?
Well, I'm quite optimistic about the recommendations being accepted because I know the minister is also committed to digitalization. So to that extent, since it is going to be the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting which has to issue the notifications, I'm quite hopeful that this will be done. I see a certain kind of atmosphere which is conducive to digitalization from the ministry as well as from the industry point of view. Almost all the stakeholders agreed that there should be digitalization. So I don't anticipate much resistance to this measure because it has benefits for everyone concerned, all the stakeholders, the consumer as well as the government. So I should think that it should go through. Well, I'm not saying whether it will happen tomorrow morning or not, but I'm quite sure it will be acted upon quickly. I have also requested in my letter to the Secretary, Ministry of INB, that it should be acted upon very quickly.
All right, let's go to one of those stakeholders who's likely to benefit from this. Samir Manchanda, many thanks for joining us on CNBC TV 18. What is this actually going to mean in terms of players like you who have been waiting for digitization, in terms of subscription numbers, in terms of really organizing this business in that sense? How far-reaching are the implications going to be of even this phased rollout?
Yeah, Shireen, you know what, the cable industry, if you look at it, has been really unstructured in the past. And it has suffered from under-declaration. I think that's been the bane of this industry. The moment you have digitalization, and as the chairman has said, you're talking about 100 million homes. You look at 1 or 2 TV sets, you're really looking at 150 million really, or 100 million self-boxes, or 100 million homes paying you now. If you look at it from consumer point of view, he gets, of course, better quality of picture. He doesn't get no longer the grainy pictures. Those grainy pictures are out now. So he's going to get 200, 400, 500 channels, and he will pay for what he sees. So if you look at a structured industry and you look at just the maths of X number of homes paying, take any ARPU depending on it, whether it's 200, 300, or 400, it becomes like a structured industry, quite similar, not really, but like a telecom or anything else. And if you look back, I think what will this do is that this will also trigger off a boom in channels, if you look at it, because it's great for niche channels where people can come in and, like health, food, cookery, everything else, you can come in and charge, what they feel like, what the customers will pay, and the customers will get relevant content.
Mr. Sarma, do you believe that with digitization, not only will there be more number of channels, it will also give the consumer the right to choose the channel that he wants to watch and he'll pay only for that? That means that he will buy channels a la carte and not just be forced to buy bouquets.
Absolutely. What Samir said is absolutely right. You see, we have already issued the order on the 21st of July on the addressable systems that people can choose, from 1st September onwards, people can choose their channels. People can pay only for the channels that they see, and so long as they pay a minimum charge to be prescribed by the DTH operator or the tomorrow the MSOs, so long as this minimum is not more than 150 rupees. So you pay 150 rupees, you can see channels. If you want to see more channels than that, then you'll obviously you'll have to pay more. But then the consumer has satisfaction that he is actually choosing his channels. Currently, in the cable system, he gets 80 channels. As Samir said, that not only do you get a grainy picture or a less clear picture, but also you are forced to take all 80 channels.
Okay, Samir, two quick questions to you. We've seen the stock market give this move a big thumbs up. Obviously, even a stock like yours was doing very well in trade today. What will be the revenue implications for you post the phased rollout? If you can give us some sense of the dynamics that could change for you. Samir? Okay, we seem to have lost that line with Samir, but I'll get back to him. But Mr. Sarma, since you are here with us, let me ask you two separate questions, not pertaining really to this matter. One really on this issue of the menace of telemarketing calls. You've now got the finance minister bringing this up in Parliament, Mr. Sarma. How do you actually intend to take this forward? We've already experimented with the do not call registry list. What action are you as the regulator hoping to take with regards to operators?
You see, we have been getting these complaints about the what is called unsolicited commercial communications, that is the unwanted calls and SMSs for quite some time, and we had already initiated the process of consultation in May itself. If you remember, there is a consultation paper on this in May, and we have already received all the responses. We have received quite an overwhelming response, I must say. And the last date for counter comments was fixed as 7th of August. Now we have already fixed the open house consultation on the open house discussion on the 12th. So it is our normal practice that after we receive the comments, in most cases we also hold open house discussions where everybody discusses freely and frankly what exactly are the various issues, and then we decide our regulation or recommendation. So the action has already been initiated. B, I think this will be completed during the entire process of consultation, and our regulations, etc., will be out before the end of this month.
By the end of this month. Samir, we've got you back very quickly. I was asking you, what kind of revenue implications are we likely to see because of this move? The stock markets have given a big thumbs up to these recommendations. Take us through how your dynamics will change on account of this proposed move.
The revenue impact on could be, frankly, could be impact of 10 to 20 folds from where you are. So revenue impact is huge. Of course, one has to go and implement all this on the ground. And as you said, as the chairman has said, these recommendations have still got to be accepted. But, irrespective, with a little bit of delay, if you see that these are going to be implemented in spirit, then the revenue impact is, frankly, it's about 20, 30 times, or maybe more, frankly. It's huge than what you are today, because really it's, as you said, today the country is under declaration, so the subscription revenues are very marginal, and they can grow up significantly depending on the ARPUs and depending on actually what content people take.